We are Sauveur de Bien 2011, the graduating batch of student nurses from Notre Dame of Dadiangas University. Each and every one of us have our own reason for taking up nursing, but it all ends up because we would like to be RNs. We have trudged a long and tiring path, and success is imminent, which is why, before we reach sweet victory, we'd like to look back and reminisce on our journey.
We are Sauveur de Bien 2011, and this is our story.
Singer in a smoky room.
The year was 2007, when there was a whooping 300 of us, all hopefuls and fresh graduates from high school. We first entered this school with bright outlooks in life and carefree personalities. The first nursing event we ever experienced as a batch was our first PNSA acquaintance party. We participated eagerly by performing our festival dances in order to show what we freshmen were capable of. As first-year nursing students, our unity as a class was first tested during the intramurals cheer dance competition, wherein each nursing freshman class participated and presented their own cheer dance routine. By the second semester, we enrolled ourselves in our first major subject, Healthcare 1. We adjusted to the long lecture hours and the daily load of handwritten assignments and long quizzes as we first encountered our dear clinical instructors. Sundays were spent by the pool as we donned our trunks and swimsuits to learn how to swim. We first felt the essence of skills, knowledge, and attitude this semester and learned it the hard way through undergoing our first return demonstration. By the end of the semester, the top 200 freshmen were picked and were made eligible to enroll for the summer subject. That summer, we experienced our first Summerfest celebration, and then summer class went by. Just like that, freshman year came and went. It was in June 2008 when we progressed into sophomore nursing students and were left into the loving arms of our Level 2 coordinator, the ever-famous Lady Dragon. The workload kept on coming as we fought for our grades in Healthcare 2, NCM 100, Community Development, and other subjects. We had our first community exposure within the city. We applied our knowledge on home visits and co-par. It was our first shot at being community health nurses, but what we were all most excited about was this: being able to wear our white CHN uniforms for the first time. It was also in this semester that our artistic prowess was recognized as we organized the display for the TB and Lung Month celebration. We had a lot to handle, but we were able to still come on top during the PNSA acquaintance party that year. Aside from 3 sections coming in as part of the top 5 performers, 2 of our own were able to bag a title in the Mr. and Miss Nightingale pageant. Indeed, our batch was starting off to bring out the best we were meant to be. Fast forward to a few months later, and we were already singing Service of Hope in the auditorium for our capping and pinning ceremony. But before we could do so, we had to endure a semester of learning basic nursing procedures. NCM 101 came as we got bombarded with return demonstrations week by week by week. RDs didn't faze us, which is why on February 8, we were able to become full-fledged SNs. It was a simple yet elegant event as we were first recognized to be Sauveur de Bien 2011. Certainly, the birth of our batch name was the start of a bright future ahead of us. We wasted no time as we endured our first ward exposures in the different hospitals. It was the best of times and the worst of times. After enduring a very rocky semester, we were able to proceed to our summer class where we had a very loving relationship with nutrition and pharmacology. Everyone was on their toes trying to pass in order to proceed to the next chapter of our nursing life. Luckily, everything went well and we were passed to the next level of learning under the watchful eye of our then Level 3 coordinator, Sir Dago. Everyone was very much excited as we learned the basics in becoming an operating room nurse. Everyone had their terror stories to tell and cases to flaunt. After the OR, we had more exposure in the ward as primary care nurses trying to harness our skills in becoming effective and efficient nurses. Case presentations were also a staple concern for us juniors. The nursing process was put into constant use in order to provide a comprehensive case study. Despite the fact that we mostly had to print the manuscript a few hours prior to the actual defense and show up with dark circles under our eyes, we were able to endure. The year was filled with happy and tiring times, as some duties were cancelled, while others seemed to go on and on and on. We harnessed a lot of learnings and an equal amount of incidental reports to boot. We attended long lectures, crammed requirements, aced or flunked quizzes, overslept and underslept, lost weight and gained weight, lost friends and found friends. Some of us were even lucky enough to find true love. Life happened as we studied to become good marist nurses. Junior year ended and it was time to pack our bags and get ready to learn how to be psychiatric nurses. That summer was a roller coaster of emotions as we went through the longest 3 weeks of our lives, away from home and our comfort zone. Psychiatric nursing exposure in Davao was very memorable for everyone. We all got to know one another even deeper as we broke away from our shells to step out and reach out to our mentally challenged clients. We helped ourselves as we helped others at the same time. Tears were shed, both for joy and sadness. Everything seemed tougher than it seems. Our pockets got burned, as well as our egos, as we endured expenses and harsh realities which we took as constructive criticism for us to be able to grow and have self-realization. 3 weeks ended, and that summer became a part of history as we took all our learnings and memories to be able to proceed to the next and final level of learning. Senior year started with everyone both excited and scared at the same time. It's finally our year to shine and leave our marks in Notre Dame. With the help of our ever-supportive level coordinator, Ma'am Lila G. Garcia, RN, MAN, we were able to achieve just that. The first few months of senior year was spent under rigorous training and teamwork with a team nursing exposure. It came as an opportunity for us to learn more and gain more incidental reports in the process. In the end, it taught us how to be more graceful under pressure. The life of a typical nursing student was to juggle duties, lectures, requirements, and play. Each class was also able to display teamwork as each section presented their own cases in the grand case presentation. Conflicts arose, but as usual, student nurses remained graceful under pressure. Senior life was hectic. Everyone had more to do than they expected. This didn't hinder us from enjoying and having a good time during the 25th PNSA Acquaintance Party. It was our last chance to show everybody that our batch was gifted with those who have the dancing and singing prowess. Semestral break was not spared as each and every group was busy getting ready for the next semester's community health nursing exposure. Goals were set and plans were put into action. Every group had their own uniqueness and specialties. Each tried to put to life the spirit of co-par in all of its meanings and be able to serve their adopted community with as much as they could, while bearing in mind the ideals of St. Marcelin. After 5 weeks of community exposure, the efforts pulled through as each group held successful culminations. The spirit of helping and giving lived on as Sauveur de Bien 2011 participated in the PNSA Christmas party at NDTU. It was a fun-filled event as everyone reminisced of the magnificent 25 years of the College of Nursing, which has brought about many significant events that made the school proud. Hoping to do the same, we attended long review hours at Merge, wherein we geared up and brushed up our knowledge in order to pass and top the next board exam. It was happy times to listen to reviewers at Merge. The new year came in, 2011, the year of the Bions. We welcomed the year through our integrating seminar, followed by our grand family case presentations. It was a mixture of emotions as we continually learned from mistakes and sharpened our rough edges. The last days of our college life were spent with different activities such as lectures, court visits, and plant visits, and the best part, nursing electives. We were trained and given time to be exposed in the different fields of nursing. It was fun finally feeling how it would feel to break free from the constant watch of clinical instructors. We learned a lot as we worked more independently in the hospital, knowing that in a few months, we would finally be registered nurses, competent enough to be dealing with human lives. Thus, we arrived to this day, March 18, 2011, the day of our ring hop and pinning ceremony, a day we have practiced on for weeks and weeks. Today is our day. We have come far ever since the first day we stepped into NDU. We've grown after 4 years of surrendering our lives to the College of Nursing. We have ate, lived, and breathed nursing. We've succeeded in enduring the most trying of times, and in the end, we feel that we have come out as desirable results. Yes, we are yet to prove ourselves, but we know that we are always meant to soar up high. We are Sauveur de Bien 2011 and preserving the good